Gentlemen, a very good day. Gents, I would like us to continue with finding the equation of a function. So this would be finding the equation of an exponential function. Remember that the general form of an exponential function would be as underlined. So that would be y equals a multiplied by b to the power x plus p plus q. To find the function, we would need to determine the values of a, b, p, as well as q. To determine the value of q, we would need to refer to the horizontal asymptote. So that would just be y equals q. Remember that the horizontal asymptote would be the line that the graph itself cannot touch. To find the other values, so that would be a, b, as well as p, we would need to make use of the points on the graph. Since we have three unknowns, we would need 3 points. So that would be how we would determine the equation of a function. Actually, that would be how you would determine the equation of most functions. As long as you have points on the graph, you can then find the unknown variables. So now, gents, I would like us to look at the questions that I've prepared on the next page. So I'll just flip the page. So now the question reads, the sketch below is the graph of f of x equals 3 multiplied by b to the power x minus 4 plus q. The graph of f of x passes through point A, so that's 3:10, and B, 5:y. The line y equals 1 is an asymptote of f of x. So that would be the line y equals 1 over there. So now we can then deduce that the y equals 1 is the same as q. So we've already found what q would be. So we can then also just rewrite q as, or rather the equation itself as 3b x minus 4 plus 1 as the q. So now I want us to just move on to the questions. So that would be the questions. So that would be 1.1 wants us to show that the equation of f of x is f of x equals 3 multiplied by 1 divided by 3 to the power x minus 4 plus 1. So that would be the equation over there. So we are required to find the equation. For us to do so, we would need to make use of the points on the graph. So now the points on the graph would be the A as well as B. But for this case, we can only just use A since B is somewhat unknown, or rather the y coordinate of B would be unknown. So now using A, so I'm going to just move on to the next page again. So that would be rewriting the equation would just be f of x equals 3 multiplied by 1 divided by 3. Or actually that in itself was just the b, so I'm going to just leave it as b x minus 4 plus 1, which is what we determined the q to be. So now we can then sub in the point 3:10. That's the point on the graph. So the f of x would be 10, and the x itself would just be 3. So that would be 3 minus 4 plus 1. So now we can then just simplify by moving the positive 1 to the left-hand side. Then that would then just give us a 10 minus 1, which equals 9. So this we can then further simplify as b to the power negative 1. So now upon solving for b, we can then just have a 9 equals 3 multiplied by 1 divided by b. To solve, we can then just cross multiply. So we can then just multiply as 9 equals 3 divided by b. We can then cross multiply. So that would then just be a 9b equals 3. To solve for b, we would divide throughout by the 9. So we would then end up with a b equals 3 divided by 9, which then, of course, equals 1 divided by 3. To solve, we can then just sub in the b. So that would be f of x equals 3 multiplied by the b. So that's 1 divided by 3, x minus 4 plus 1, which is what we were asked to prove or to show. So now, gents, that was 1.1. I would like us to move on to 1.2. 1.2 wants us to calculate the y coordinate of the point B. So now just going back to point B was 5:y. So the y was unknown. So I'm gonna just move on to the next page so that we are able to calculate the coordinate of the y coordinate of B. So now B would be 5:y over there, and we know, so that's 1.2 over there. So we know that our function f of x would be 3 multiplied by 1 divided by 3, x minus 4 plus the 1. To solve for the y coordinate, we would need to sub in the x coordinate. So that would be f/5 would equal 3 multiplied by 1 divided by 3. Where there is the x, we would sub in 5 minus 4 plus 1. This would then simplify to a 3 multiplied by 1 divided by 3 to the power 1. So that's 5 minus 4 plus 1. So now this would then further simplify to a 3 divided by 3 plus 1, which then just equals 1 plus 1, which equals 2. So therefore, the y value of point B would then just equal 2. So point B would then read as 5:2. So now, gents, that's what I wanted to share with you today. Please do go over the video as properly as you can so that you may be able to attempt the work that does follow. A very good day to all.